Hey, good evening, familia de Pulso. Welcome to this very brief, very special edition of the halftime show playoff edition in MLS. We are coming to you live from Lumen Field in what has been quite an interesting game. We have quite a few people walking behind me. I am right next to the press box. My name is Niko Moreno, El Rey Noroeste. Obviously, bringing you this halftime show. Real Salt Lake 0, Sounders 0. And I have the pleasure to be joined by two wonderful, one a legendary media member, Roberto. Will be coming here shortly, and former Sounder, former Minnesota United player, and current San Diego loyal player, Miguel Ibarra. So, hoping that they can join me here soon. Waiting for them to pop up. But obviously, here a very hey Roberto, how are you, my friend? Thank you for coming here in such short notice. Oh, muted, Roberto.
Let's try this again. Now with a microphone on. See, I'm a professional. I just want you to know this. I love to be in Seattle. I've seen several games there. I got a chance to broadcast one of the games from New York City against Seattle, and it's a fantastic atmosphere. I was there one of the first times that they opened the full stadium against Vancouver back about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was just incredible to see 58,000 people over there. So you're a very lucky man, Niko. You're a very lucky man.
Indeed, I am. This is a wonderful fan base. It is a beautiful atmosphere here. Every single MLS game is a great deal of emotion, of passion, love being here. Hoping that Miguel can join us if he's brought on camera here. But Roberto, while Miguel kind of joins us, a typical game. I think we expected this. A Real Salt Lake team that is comfortable not having the ball, giving Seattle lots of space. Seattle being dominant with the possession. They have been able to create some chances, have not put one away yet. But it's been great to see Jordan Morris slowly get into the game, finding spaces, being dangerous. What have you thought of the game so far?
It's pretty much what I expected. I thought that maybe Seattle would be able to get a goal because they've dominated the game. I mean, if you look at Real Salt Lake's stats throughout the game, everything is pretty much zero. So, I mean, they don't have any shots. They don't have any, forget about shots on target. Nothing. I mean, as far as being dangerous, they really haven't been. There was that one play where Rubin tried to basically sell that he got fouled in the penalty box, but he didn't. And aside from that, they really haven't had much to worry about. Stephen Fry maybe had to make the best save off an errant pass from one of his defenders. So, aside from that, it's been pretty quiet from Real Salt Lake. But look, they got the halftime 0-0, and if they can keep this up, you never know. So far, the good news for Seattle, though, every team that has played at home so far in this playoff has won.
Absolutely. And look, this is what we expect, especially with Rusnak being out. Obviously, a huge void in the midfield for Real Salt Lake. I will say that a lot of credit is due to Brad Smetzer and the way he came into this game. Unlike other games where he has an inverted triangle in the middle of that 5-3-2, today it is Christian Roldan along Joe Paulo as holding mids a little bit deeper, doing a little bit more of the defensive duty, and also helping the team build out of the back. Christian and Joe Paulo both doing some of that. So I think that's created a very disciplined, very organized team. And we have Miguel with us. Miguel, welcome to your casa, Pulso Sports, as always. Make sure that your mic is unmuted, and welcome. Hop on this conversation in a 0-0 draw here in Lumen Field.
Yeah, I actually just joined it right now. I was creating an account. I didn't realize I did not have a YouTube account.
Well, now you do.
Absolutely. So, Miguel, you've been part of this squad. You know what Brian Smetzer is about. You've dealt with just about every player that's on this field. What have been your thoughts, and what do you think Brian Smetzer is saying to that team right now?
For me, I think I think Seattle has been dominating the game. I think they've had the most chances, more chances than Salt Lake have. I think there's a few chances Seattle could have punished them. It was just that last ball that is missing. Brad Smith had one that he hits that right across. He usually does. I mean, it's a tap, and there's opportunities there for Seattle to win this. I think Brian tells them, defensively, we need to make sure we're tuned in, um, and make sure we don't make any mistakes because one mistake can cost them the game.
Miguel, talk to us a little bit about Christian Roldan. Obviously, today playing a more defensive role, but he's such a versatile player, both with the national team as well as with the club. How key has he been today in at least keeping this shape intact defensively and onward?
Yeah, I mean, for Christian, you put him out wide anywhere you put him. I think he's gonna give you whatever he has. I think you put him, and now he's playing more defensive. He knows he needs to be responsible there. If Joe Paulo goes up, he knows he needs to stay there in the middle. I think he balances that out really well. So I think he's been a big piece to the team this game. So I think if he continues to do that, I think that'll be great for him.
Roberto, we have Jordan Morris. He's just getting back. What have you seen from him? And when do you expect Brian Smitzer to go to the bench and say, "Hey, Raul, I know you have had some issues with your hamstring, but come on and get us some goals."
Well, I think he'll try to keep Lavedo off the game as much as he can until he actually has to. Because remember, this game, if it winds up tied after 90 minutes, you're playing 30 minutes of overtime. So you don't want to bring Lavedo on too quickly because all of a sudden you're making him play 45 minutes. He may not be ready for 45 minutes. The thing is, MLS, like the rest of the world except for England, you got 5 lineup changes, and Seattle has a deeper bench than Real Salt Lake. So you would expect him to be able to use it. As far as Morris is concerned, I've been really happy with what I've seen with him because what I was looking for was when he had that opportunity to go down the left side one on one, chase down a ball and go. He looked like he had that speed, he had that spark, he had that good first step, and that's what you want to see from Jordan Morris because Jordan Morris depends upon his wheels being in really really good shape and obviously coming back from the injury that he's coming back from, and to be able to run that way with abandon on turf because it's not grass, it's on turf. I mean, shows a lot, and I'm really happy to see that. And I think Seattle fans and U.S. national team fans should be happy to see that Jordan Morris looking the way he's looked so far.
Miguel, you know Raul Rudy as well, El Muñeco, as all you guys call him. Uh, I think there's 100% chance that he's going to go into this game at some point. How big of a difference maker you think he will be once he gets into this game?
No, I think he's a difference maker there. I think 100% like you said. I think he's gonna go into the game and he has that bite. He wants that goal. So I mean, you take him in, you put him into the game. I think that's gonna free up other players as well. You have Raul Ruiz coming off the bench. Obviously the team's gonna be like, this is who we have to take care of. That would open up another opportunities for other players to make plays. And I mean, Raul just scores goals. So I mean, he's gonna get opportunity and he's gonna finish it. I mean, this season he's been playing amazing. So I think that's gonna be a big difference maker for them.
And Miguel, how do you break down a team that's playing this deep, that's giving you all the possession, that is clearly okay with going into the 90th minute with a 0-0, maybe try to go to the PKs? How do you break him down?
I think they're gonna have to be patient. I think they have to be patient, move the ball around, and then they're gonna have little openings that are gonna open up. And right at that moment when they see that, I think you just keep moving the ball, you switch it. I think there's gonna be a moment where you switch the ball, and that's where you got to go at them. And I think that's where they're gonna get a break. I think you saw it a couple times when they're knocking it, and you switch it to Brad Smith. Brad Smith has that whole left flank going, and he gets the cross off. So I think there's gonna be more opportunities coming like that.
Roberto, very quickly, what are you saying at Freddy Montero is a player that you know well. Anybody who's been in the league understands what he brings. He's a veteran. Obviously, a tough task here today against a team that plays very deep. But what have you seen out of Freddie today?
I mean, Freddie's trying to find his space in the box. He's trying to make himself available, to get passes in there. I think that for Seattle, well, the thing that's going to be key for them, especially as Real Salt Lake is going to be sitting further and further back. I think as long as the game goes on, is that they're going to have to be very, very precise with their passes and their movement. So if you're moving the ball around quickly in one touch, you've got to make sure that you're putting the ball into the path of the player and not behind him, and make him stop and stop his momentum. And that's the type of quality that you're going to need in maybe three or four passes in a row, and then you're going to be able to create much better opportunities. But if that precision isn't there, it makes it so much harder to get clear chances.
I'm being told by production here that Raul Ruiz could be starting off in the 45th minute, right off the start of the second half. But that's going to be interesting. That's Brad Smetzer going forward. Obviously, this team, with a couple of changes, Alex Roldan has been a fantastic player as a right wing back. I think that we've missed a lot of that ability to get into the final third. He has a lot of clarity, a lot of class when it comes to putting in balls, very precise. So I think maybe we'll see him coming on as well in that second period. As Miguel said, they're going to have to be patient. We know Seattle likes to attack out wide. That's why I think Alex Rodin is going to be a big difference maker here. And obviously, Raul just being that elite player, he is someone who I thought would have reached the Golden Boot had he not had been injured through his international duty. So it's going to be great to see him jump on here. Roberto, before I ask you a little bit about New York City FC, let's get Miguel Ibarra's prediction for this game.
What was that again?
What's your prediction? What do you think that the score is going to be at the end of this game?
I would say 2-0.
2-0 Sounders, I'm guessing.
Sounders.
Perfect. Roberto, what do you think?
He wants to be invited back on your show, I'm sure. I'm with that. I think that they'll find the goal somewhere within the first 20 minutes, and then probably another one within stoppage time or something close to stoppage time when Salt Lake finally has to come out and try to press for a goal. That's what I'm thinking will happen. But if you've seen my NFL picks, you may not want me to say this.
All right, Roberto. Just to go ahead and finish it off, I wanted to ask you. New York City FC, they beat Atlanta. I had them losing. They had a very good game. Tati Castellanos put through. Alexander Collins as well. What are your thoughts on NY City FC and how far can they get?
They can get very far. I mean, this is a team that's built to win. It's not built to, be eliminated in the first round. Sadly, quarterfinals have been their issue. But they're good enough. They've already played New England 3 times. Outplayed them 2 out of the 3 times. Lost twice, though. Did beat them once. So they're one of the few teams to actually have beaten New England this season. They're not afraid of them. And they've played well when they've gone up to Foxborough. And one has to wonder, how is New England going to be? Adam Buksa probably won't be there. And then, they have 23 days off. So, how are they staying sharp being off for 23 days when New York City was able to play, a very, very competitive match to be able to go forward in the playoffs? So, I think to that point, they might have an advantage. But we'll see, how that plays out. Bruce Arena always figures way, always has managed to figure something out to keep his team alive. But I think it's going to be a very competitive, close game. And look, for as far as New York City fans, and hey, I do radio for them. You want them to do well.
Absolutely. Well, New York City is definitely a team to watch in the East. Miguel, you know the West very well. As a matter of fact, Timbers, Minnesota, Minnesota Falls. Timbers goes through. In your opinion, who's the team to watch aside from the Sounders in the Western Conference? Just to finish off this very quick halftime show.
Yeah, I think for me, for the West, I think obviously UC Colorado has had a really strong season this year. I think they're a good overall team. They're solid everywhere in every position that I've seen them play. So I think that could be a little surprise that we can see.
Miguel, thank you so much for joining us. This is your analyst debut. I've never seen you like this, man. I want to bring you on more often, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
It was always great having you here. I know that you're a student in the game. I love to see you in USL still. So thank you for coming along. Roberto, as always, my friend, from the bottom of my heart, for always being there. Thank you. And we'll bring you guys back on. We'll do another show.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That sounds good. By the way, I just want to tell you one quick thing. that New York City could still play a home game in MLS Cup if Real Salt Lake goes all the way. So Yankee
Oh,
Stadium isn't
there
out
you
of the picture
go.
yet.
Woo. Well, let's not. That's not gonna happen. Let's hope.
So much fun for the people who hate Yankee Stadium and who are always complaining about the size of Yankee Stadium. To have MLS Cup there would be a blast. But I'm not saying anything bad against Seattle, so I still think they're going to win.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here once again. To our audience, I hope you guys enjoyed this very quick halftime show, and we'll continue to come along, bring some of these wonderful figures to explain and analyze the game. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy
Thank
MLS
you.
playoffs. Ciao, ciao.